Equipment Company near Assumption, Jenner Precision at Fairbury, and the McLean County Farm Bureau.
News time, 10 minutes after 8 o'clock on this, here on this Wednesday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 8 o'clock newscast. Pardon me. Due to heat and possible thunderstorms, Thursday's Warner Hospital and Health Services Health Fair will shift indoors. First Christian Church in Clinton will host the health fair, which will keep the same times. Join the city-owned hospital to learn about the latest with the hospital, including its renovations to the emergency room and the upcoming completion of the west side entrance and new parking lot. The health fair is again 5 to 7 p.m. and shifts to First Christian Church in Clinton on Thursday. Get more information by finding the hospital on Facebook. This Thursday's health fair was meant to showcase the new West Side entrance, but because of various issues that will be delayed, CEO of Warner Hospital and Health Services, Paul Skowron, explains while the project is getting finished later than he would have liked, attendees of this week's health fair will still get a sneak peek at the almost finished project.
The West Side entrance for the specialty clinic, you remember, back in the winter, I said my dream was to have it open so folks could walk right in and begin a tour of the hospital. Weather conditions, supplies, different things have postponed the actual official opening, but at least folks will be able to park on in that new West Side parking lot, see the new entrance and the sign, but we don't have yet the custom metal wrought iron railing that's for safety to walk up the ramp. And IDPH rules, state regulations, we can't actually use the entrance until we have that new railing. That probably won't be installed by the health fair, by the day of the health fair on May 15th. But be able to eyeball it and look forward to their next appointment at the specialty clinic when they'll be able to walk in directly into the west side of the hospital.
Skowron reminds the purpose of the new entrance is to make it easier for patients to reach the specialty clinic and avoid traveling through the emergency room where they could be exposed to sick patients.
For direct access to the specialty clinic, which forever the only access has been to park across the street, come into the hospital, take the elevator upstairs and walk through the medical surgical area to get to the specialty clinic. COVID has taught us, that was one of the lessons from COVID. Patients really don't need to be walking through the area where there are inpatient beds. They need a direct access, and that's why we built it. Yeah, and that is also where our electric charging stations installed by Baum Chevrolet are, and they're used a lot.
See the new West Side entrance at the Warner Hospital Health Fair this Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. And again, that health fair shifts to First Christian Church in Clinton. Tuesday afternoon, the city of Clinton began closing down streets in the downtown area for this weekend's May Days Festival. Clinton Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Janice Peterson indicates they will begin closing down streets in the downtown area to get the carnival set up for the weekend's May Days Festival.
We are starting to close. We will close Washington Street and the 100 block of North Center Street from the square to Washington on Tuesday afternoon by 4 o'clock. The parking lots next to Sorrento's and the one that's on the corner of Monroe and Washington, all cars need to be out of that parking lot by 4 o'clock on Tuesday so that the carnival can start setting up. So those will be closed all weekend. And then on Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock, the entire square will close. So make sure that you get your cars all moved. Clinton Police will help us identify cars so we can get a hold of people to get them moved. We don't like to do that because it takes them away from other things, but they helped us last year just get a couple cars moved. So just a reminder that everything needs to be off of Washington Street and North Center by 4 o'clock on Tuesday.
Peterson reminds there is still time to get pre-sale wristband tickets for the carnival. Those are $22 for a 4-hour window. She says it's a great deal to get as many rides at the carnival as you want.
They've been available since May 1st. You can buy them at the First National Bank, Heartland Bank, DeWitt Savings, Big D's, IGA, at the chamber office, and I think I covered that all. Plus, they're available online. If you want to purchase them online, just go to our Facebook page. And you can find the link. If you scroll down a little bit, you can find the link, and we'll post it again today.
May Days is again this Thursday through Sunday in downtown Clinton. Get more information by finding the Clinton Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. A law that went into effect earlier this month will task law enforcement to carry out civilian warrants to confiscate firearms. On the WHOW Morning Show Tuesday, Lincoln Police Chief Joe Meister told Regional Radio, Karina's law allows those who have an order of protection against another individual to have a search warrant executed to seize the firearm of that individual.
So Karina's law pertains to domestic violence situations and orders of protection. In any circuit court in Illinois, a victim of domestic violence can petition the court for an order of protection to keep that person that's causing them issues away from them. But Karina's law has added a complicating factor, and what it is the petitioner of an order of protection can also petition the court for a search warrant, which generally only law enforcement could request a search warrant before this. But now the petitioner can testify to a petition or an affidavit for search warrant and have the court issue a search warrant. Then that's delivered to law enforcement, and we have to go execute that search warrant at the home of the respondent of the order. And those search warrants are only valid for firearms parts, accessories.
Chief Meister calls it a huge burden on law enforcement. He's concerned executing a search warrant on short notice will create uncertain circumstances for his officers. He also predicts many petty or frivolous orders of protection being sought, and then the following search warrants requested. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Shane here from Highway 51 Exchange, just south of Clinton. Let us service your lawn and garden equipment for spring with our quick turnaround and service specials for free pickup and delivery. Click our icon on DeWittDailyNews.com for details.
Longview Community Bank provides real local ag lending. Vice President and Loan Officer Nate Sams here, asking you to find out the many ag lending products we can offer your farm by clicking our ad on the local news page of DeWittDailyNews.com.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. In a game heard here on WHOW and all its digital platforms, Clinton struck first, but Maroa-Forsyth answered and ran away with an 11-3 win, 11-3 win in non-conference high school baseball action Tuesday from Forsyth. In the top of the first, leadoff hitter Colton Walker reached on an error and was eventually scored on a base hit by Josh Bass for Clinton's first 1-0 lead. The Maroons would hold that lead until the bottom of the third when the Trojans put 5 runs up, highlighted by a double from Ace Giles that drove in 2. In the bottom of the fourth, Maroa-Forsyth answered with 4 more to Clinton's 1 in the top of the inning to make it 9-2. The Maroons would go on to add another in the top of the 6th, but the Trojans answered with 2 to take the 11-3 win. Clinton was led by Ryan Pine, who was the Serve Pro of Piatt-DeWitt County's player of the game. He went 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI. Walker was 2 for 4. He also went an inning and a third of relief, striking out 2. Bass added 2 runs and an RBI, going 1 for 2. Mitchell Cornwell and Jackson Reynolds each contributed hits. The Trojans were led by Mitch Williams, who went 3 for 4, and Giles was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Gunnar Larner and Grady Rose both went 1 for 3. Caden Rose struck out 10 over 6 2/3 innings of 1-run ball. He permitted 7 hits and issued 3 walks. With the loss, Clinton falls to 13-14, while Maroa-Forsyth improves to 21-7. Tune in to WHOW and WEZC this afternoon as Clinton hosts Monticello in non-conference baseball action. First pitch is 4:30. A 5-run outburst in the third inning propelled Lincoln over Decatur MacArthur 10-0 in a 5-inning run rule win in non-conference high school baseball action Tuesday from Decatur. Ashton Corley and Austin Lucas hit back-to-back singles to start the inning. Drew Hayes reached on an error, scoring Corley. With 2 on and 1 out, Jaden Gully tripled in to make it 4-0 Rail Splitters. Griffin Shaw reached on an error, scoring Gully, and misplayed a misplayed fly ball in right field, scored Shaw to make it 6-0 Lincoln. McGraw struck out 7 across 4 2/3 innings of 3-hit ball. Gully led Lincoln going 2 for 3 with a triple and 2 RBIs, while Lucas finished 2 for 3 with an RBI. Corley went 2 for 3 for the Railers, and Owen Cornstalk had the other hit and Lincoln RBI. The Rail Splitters go to 11-14 overall. They travel to 25-5 Pleasant Plains on Wednesday. Warrensburg-Latham scored 10 runs in the third inning to put away Argenta-Orienta 15-0 in a run rule 3.5 inning win on Wednesday in Warrensburg. Brody Brown singled in 2 after back-to-back walks and a base hit, and then a bases-loaded walk started the inning. Nathan Southern followed with a bases-clearing double to put the Cardinals up 11-0. Nick Shelsta added an RBI single, and later in the frame, Peyton Garver doubled in a run. Southern paced Warrensburg-Latham going 2 for 3 with a double and 3 RBIs. Gottman and Christopher Lawson were 2 for 3 with a pair of runs batted in. Garver was 1 for 2 with a double and 2 RBIs. Brown finished 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. For the Bombers, only Bryson Cameron, MJ Hall, and Carson West recorded hits. Garver got the win for the Cardinals, going 4 shutout innings on 3 hits with 3 strikeouts. Warrensburg-Latham is 22-5 overall. They visit Williamsville today. Argenta-Orienta drops to 12-10. They host Blue Ridge this afternoon. Sullivan gradually pulled away and eventually put away Blue Ridge 13-0 in Lincoln Prairie Conference High School softball action on Tuesday in Farmer City. Lily Anger paced the Lady Knights, going 2 for 3 with a double and a run batted in. Addison Rose was 2 for 3, and Carly Fenton had an RBI for Blue Ridge. The Lady Knights dropped to 11-11 overall and finished 5-5 in the Lincoln Prairie Conference. They conclude the regular season Friday at Hardham. Josh Outlaw hit a walk-off double in the 11th, and Illinois State took down Eastern Illinois 6-5 Tuesday at Duffy Bass Field. The Panthers rallied to tie the score in the 9th with 4 runs on 5 hits. The Redbirds jumped out to a 5-0 lead early, leading 1-0 in the second. A 2-run home run from Braden Bakes and a sac fly from Noah Smith made it 4-0. An RBI single by Smith added to the lead in the 5th. Illinois State was led by senior Noah Smith and freshman Braden Bakes, both of which totaled multiple RBIs. Smith had a hit and 2 runs batted in, while Bakes had a home run and a single. Eastern Illinois drops to 26-20. ISU is 25-25. The Redbirds head on the road for the final Missouri Valley Conference Series of the regular season at Indiana State this weekend. Miguel Vargas hit a 3-run homer in the 10th inning, and the White Sox outlasted the Reds in the weather 5-1 in a game delayed nearly 2 hours at the start because of rain. Cincinnati's Ellie De La Cruz hit a 435-foot solo homer in the 7th to tie the game in the bottom of his 7th, to tie the game in the bottom of the 9th. But Chase Meadroth gave the Sox the lead again with an RBI single.
And a swing and a base hit. Ground ball into right. Baldwin's going to score. And the Sox lead 2-1.
Vargas connected on the next pitch from Emilio Pagan for his 3rd home run of the season.
There's a swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field. Way back there. And it is gone. Vargas has 3 RBIs now.
It was preemptive. I knew it was coming.
Chicago got its other run after a scary play in the 4th. Vargas hit a shallow fly ball to center for a double after shortstop Ellie De La Cruz slid into center fielder TJ Friedel, who tumbled to the ground.
Swinging a pop fly shallow center. This could drop, and it will get down. 3 Reds in the area. Collision. It's going to be a double, but the big question now is Ellie De La Cruz took the worst of that, and he is fortunately back on his feet. He collided with Friedel,
Reds starter Andrew Abbott worked 6 innings, giving up a run on 4 hits with no walks and 7 strikeouts. Following the collision, Ed Caro followed with an RBI single.
And he grounds a base hit into right. Vargas will round third. The throw by Connor Joe is very late. Edgar Caro with an RBI single. It's 1-0 here in the fourth.
Chicago's Jonathan Cannon threw 6 scoreless innings, giving up 4 hits and no walks while striking out 6.
2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on a fastball. Another 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cannon with a couple of punch outs. And he takes a call third. Might have been high.
It's not a chase right there, huh?
That's right.
Said I'd rather take it than have my numbers go down.
Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Stevenson stands 6'3", 225. There's a chop, and Cannon will field it, and he's going to throw behind the runner at third, and they're going to get him.
What a great recovery by Cannon. That was not the best read on that chopper by Steer.
Yeah, he kind of froze. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch with the runner moving. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And missed on a cutter. He struck him out. 6 strikeouts for Cannon.
Steve Wilson worked the 9th. De La Cruz played in his 300th game and has 116 steals and 118 extra base hits, becoming the first big leaguer since 1900 to play 300 games with at least 115 in each category. Connor Joe doubled in the 8th, but was thrown out by Caro trying to steal third when Joe's hand came off the bag, and Vargas made the tag.
Leisure's 3-2. It's outside. Runner goes to third, and he's out. Connor Joe, I believe, overslid third base, and Vargas kept the tag on him.
The Reds went 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Davis Martin pitches for the Sox today opposite Nick Lodolo for Cincinnati. Hear the Sox again on WHOW this weekend. Nico Horner had an RBI single. Justin Turner followed with a 2-run double, all in the 9th inning as Chicago rallied to beat Miami 5-4 on Tuesday. Kyle Stowers hit a solo homer in the 2nd. Connor Norby went deep in the 7th for Miami. Javier Sanoja knocked in a run with a ground out. Jesus Sanchez had an RBI single for the Marlins, which carried a 4-2 lead to the bottom of the 9th. Chicago's comeback started when Horner hit a line drive to center that cut the deficit to 1. 2 pitches later, pinch hitter Justin Turner doubled to the left field corner, scoring Vidal Brujan and Horner. Pete Crow Armstrong and Carson Kelly had 2 hits for Chicago. Crow Armstrong added his 11th homer in the 3rd inning. Chris Flexen allowed a hit in the final 2 innings and earned the win. Miami's Jesus Tinoco blew the save opportunity, allowing 2 hits, 3 runs. 2 were earned with a walk and recorded just 1 out in the 9th. Turner's line drive 2 RBI double to the left field wall for the walk-off win. The Cubs struggled with runners in scoring position before taking advantage in the 9th. Chicago was 0 for 4 in the first 8 innings, but 2 for 2 with runners on 2nd or 3rd in the 9th. The Marlins send Ryan Weathers opposite Jamison Tejon in the series finale tonight. The second game of a 3-game set between the Cardinals and Phillies was rained out Tuesday because of inclement weather. The game will be made up as part of a split day-night doubleheader today. Eric Fetty will face Phillies right-hander Aaron Nola in the first game. The teams have not announced a starter for the second game. St. Louis right-hander Sonny Gray was scheduled to face Philadelphia left-hander Jesus Luzardo before the postponement. The Cardinals have won 9 straight games after Monday night's 3-2 win over Philadelphia. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
SurfPro of Piatt-DeWitt Counties is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of severe weather coverage on all of WHOW's platforms on AM, FM, and its audio stream, as well as on WEZC, your easy choice for soft hits 95.9 FM. From wind, rain, or even snow, you'll be in the know with severe weather information 24/7. When